Hello, my name is Jackie Kaomi. I'm the mother to Aliza and Elaine. Aliza is in middle class, while Elaine has just started playgroup. We started here last year with Aliza in baby class, and hopefully we'll go all the way through. Yeah.
What has been your greatest challenge when finding the right childcare services for your children?
When we started, actually, with my husband, when we started thinking about the right fit for our daughter, first of all, we first assessed her as a person, who she is, what are her strengths and her weaknesses. Then we started looking for a school that would harness that, make that grow. So a friend, actually another parent here, referred us here, and one of the things that struck out for us was that the size of the classes. Most schools have 50, 100, God knows what, and we felt that our daughter would disappear in the crowd. So that's one of the biggest challenges we find in other schools, that the classes are so huge, so the teachers don't have time to have that one-on-one with the kids. The other challenge that I would speak of is the variety in experiences. Um, it's really interesting to come here and you find kids playing on a xylophone and they're learning through music. In other schools, you find that it is blackboard, desk, table, and that is the only experience they get. So that was also another challenge. We wanted to go beyond that, and that we found here. So I think those are the two I can speak about.
Uh-huh. At
Yeah.
home, how was it before you did the drop-in? How was it hard for you to find actually care at home? What was the greatest challenge for you to before they started school or being dropped off? Yeah.
Okay. Really, the greatest challenge that we had as parents was engaging the kids to the fullest. I must admit, my daughter was extremely bored at home, because you find that the help that you have, of course, they don't really have the skills that teachers are trained to have. So you find that all they do is either put the child in front of the television, or they'll tell the kid, don't touch this, don't touch that. And yet, when they touch something, they're learning. So that was the biggest challenge, to engage the kid fully. Actually, when I also came here, that was one of the biggest fears I had, because my daughter is extremely active. So I was so afraid that she'd get here and be bored. But thankfully, she loves everything that she does. So, yeah.
Good to know.
Yeah.
And in what ways have the childcare services improved your life as a mom and those of your child?
Well, I think it has even made my life harder, I must say, trying to keep up with my daughter, because I find her extremely intelligent, wise beyond her years. She's extremely confident. So sometimes she'll ask me something, and I'm like, oh my goodness, what am I going to do with this child? I need to start reading up, or I need to go and the teachers give me a few tips on how to keep up with her. But generally, she's really more disciplined. She's always eager to learn and share what she has learned. And she shares what she has learned in really interesting ways. For example, the other day she was trying to show off, but she didn't want to show that she was showing off. So she came and asked, Mommy, what's your gender? And I was so shocked, but I'm like, you know what, let me go with this. I tell her I'm a female. And she's like, oh, a girl. I was like, oh my goodness, what are these people teaching these children? But yeah, but it's really nice. It's really nice to see that now she really, I don't know, she's surprising. She'll spell her name and she won't even know that she's spelling her name. Or she'll count and say, oh my goodness, I have 6 crayons. And you're like, wow, these people don't just cram, but she's actually using her brain. So it's really like small things like that. And then she's confident. She'll stand on her own amongst all the kids, like relatives, and you can see that this child will not get lost in the crowd, and she's going to be a leader. That's one of the things that I can bet my life on. And it's
I
one
was
of the
about
things.
to ask you, how do you think that is going to help?
Oh no,
her
no, no!
succeed
This
in
school
the
is
future?
raising leaders. Trust me. At least my daughter. Let me speak about my daughter. She's going to be a leader. Yeah. So that's one of the things. Yeah, that I really like. That has improved. She's super. Sometimes we even worry that she's too confident. And we took her for a birthday party, and they had the owners of the party had organized a fashion show for for a few kids. So she watches, then she goes and taps the person, whispers. Next thing I know, she's in the fashion show. She's also modeling. I'm like, my goodness. But yeah, it's great. It's really good that a
she
kid
went
can
for what she wanted.
can know something and not feel shy and say. And then we read. Oh my goodness, sometimes I'm so tired, but then I have to keep up with that momentum, because I know if I slack up, then I'm doing the teachers a disservice, because they are raising the kids at a certain pace. So we read, speech will be like, "Where's my bedtime story?" You're like, "Oh my goodness, I need a story, a story." So yeah, so it's really good. I think we are making really good progress. That's thanks to I can speak of.
It's good to know. Thank you.
Yeah.
This piece, Sanga. I've been working with Pendo Care for almost a year. And before I started working with Pendo Care, I had low self-esteem. My confidence was not so good. I used to fear even children and parents. Talking to parents was a tug of war. But by the time I worked with Pendo Care, my self-esteem is now high. I can speak boldly, both to parents and the children. And I used to work on pressure, like I used to avoid mistakes. But when I started working with Pendo Care, she can appreciate mistakes, and no one is perfect, but
Yes.
the mistakes you do is what they help you to learn something. So that encouraged me so much. And even if I do a mistake in class, I know I can make it better. That's how we learn. And another thing I learned from Pendo Care is she lets you be self-driven. She cannot tell you, do this. No. She gives you time. You don't work on pressure. She gives you a class and you run it like you are the owner of the class. That gives me confidence, like she puts trust in you.
Wow.
And when I came to that class, I thought it was a playground. I did not see boards. I used to see only play things because I was used to the local environment, seeing big blackboards, seeing chalk everywhere. But this time, Pendo Care has encouraged me so much. Like, you don't have to work on pressure. Like, you have to do this for the children. You let the children do what they want to do. Like, you let them be themselves. Like, you don't have to put pressure on children. And another thing that I've learned from Pendo Care is it's a family. You're united. Like, you work, but after work you can smile.
Okay, yeah, thank you. I'm Kunda Jadwin. I'm working with Alias Nursery. I started working with Upendo Care now 3 years. What I really loved is the passion I got with working with children. I learned very many things working with Children's Center. I learned how to set up, how to do class control, and doing outdoor activities and inside door activities. Doing lesson plans, how to plan for the children, different ages, different levels, and handling children. Yeah, I really love my job. Management. Yeah, for example, I didn't know how to control the classroom, the number of kids, but when I have like 10 children in class, I can have different centers and indicate 3 per center. That one helped me how to control the classroom, how to manage the classroom. But before I used to put them in one area, like for example in the sandpit, I used to put all of them there and it becomes chaos, noise, and I couldn't know how to handle them and control them. But I learned that through Pendo, how to create different centers, reading area, cooking area, the areas that can motivate a child to learn. Another one, planning, lesson planning. Planning doesn't mean that I used to plan for the whole class, for the all children at once, but later I learned that all children are different. Everyone is different individually. So I learned to plan for the different groups by grouping them according to their capabilities. Planning, for example, if it is in math, there are those ones who can go 1 up to 10, there are those who can do 1 up to 3, there are those who can do 1 to 7. So they are learned how to plan for the different groups and teaching them according to their capabilities. If one can do weighing, another if someone does like 1 to 5, they can do something different from weighing. For example, they can use water, and those ones who can manage 1 to 10, they can use a different thing. Yes. Okay. Individually, as a person, for now I can stand by myself. I can handle a class. That one I'm proud of it. I know I can handle a class. I can train other people who come in my class. For example, I've trained more than like 5 people who have gone through my hands. I'm so glad and happy about that. Yes, what I learned from Upendo. And, I'm glad because I started when I was an intern. I didn't know how I can go into salary issues, sort of. I had low self-esteem. I didn't know how to bargain for the salary. I didn't know what I was doing. First of all, I was green of something. Yes, I was from the university, but I didn't know what exactly I was doing with children. But when I came, I started working with Upendo. They told me 300, and I was like, 350. I didn't know what actually the salary meant. It was after the money. I didn't know what exactly to do. Then 350. Yes, I started working, and now I got the courage of working with Upendo. I was working with someone who was motivative, teaching, though some people become rude, and I had the heart of learning. I really wanted to learn. I really wanted to gain something because I knew if I go outside, I cannot do something else apart from the one I'd got immediately. I was like, let me use my chance. Yeah, so I got very many responsibilities. They started leaving me with a group of number of kids, like 6 of them. I started handling, learning slowly by slowly, making materials to use in class. I became creative, moving, looking for the different things that a child can learn, like, for example, banana fibers, making dolls, and the kids were learning from that. So my responsibility grew and grew. Now I'm handling a class. I took over baby class. I taught teachers who were coming in my class to be trained, and my salary increased. I was so happy to 450, from 450 to 500 to 600, yes, to 700. Oh, I love my job so much.
Yeah, like I said, it's a very good start. I think one of the things that are so plus for me is the class displays. They're amazing. I don't know whether it's Mercy or you or both of you, but you've done an amazing job with the class in terms of the displays.
Way, yeah.
So I think that the service has done greatly in those terms. Has really done greatly in terms of having teachers use methods that are effective for these children to not just cram, but to actually understand whatever it is that they are studying.